maybe not the next book, but the one after. 15 maybe. Yeah, 15 will be the point where it happens.
No pressure.
Right here.
Are any of the other pantheons, because in the previous book Odin shows up, are any of the other pantheons going to make an appearance, or are they just hands off?
In the previous books, Odin showed up, or any of the other pantheons going to make an appearance? Yes, they are. That kind of question is the reason why I say, now that I killed Dresden, we can do the fun stuff. Right here.
Trying not for any spoilers, but next time Murphy sees Dresden, what's her general reaction going to be?
Next time Murphy sees Dresden, what's her general reaction going to be?
Punch him.
You got to know better than that. I mean, honestly, I can only see so much. I'm not going to tell you. In the Yankees house.
Are we ever going to see Dresden on the big or small screen ever again?
Are we going to see Dresden on the big or small screen ever again? I am willing to forgive Hollywood. For the Sorcerer's Apprentice. I'm just saying, if you take their trailer poster and the first Dresden comic cover and hold them up next to each other, I'm just saying.
Nicholas Cage.
And the TV show was actually something that was a glass half full for me. An optimist thinks the glass is half full, a pessimist thinks it's half empty, and an engineer thinks it's over-designed by 100%. But I was kind of getting into what they were doing. I thought they were doing a better job as they went on. I thought it would have been really interesting to see what they did in the future. On the other hand, though, the show did get canceled, and still being positive, it got canceled before they could do anything completely squirrely. I'm certainly willing to talk to them about it again, and there's almost always interest and people asking questions and making inquiries. But it's Hollywood, so nothing is certain until the check clears. And literally until the check clears. Just having it isn't good enough. Right here.
Eldest brother Gruff and his other brothers. Are we going to see that facet of the courts?
Will we see the Gruffs again? Yes, probably in cold days. But here are the glasses.
The Wraith compound. Is it next to like Oprah?
Is the Wraith compound next to Oprah? I don't even know where Oprah lives. I don't know. I would think probably no, because I don't know that they would want all the company, but right here. Yeah.
Okay. My friend here went to Otacon, and apparently Harry dropped into our world.
Oh, found a Dresden business card?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some around. Yeah.
We actually called him. It was static.
Wow. That's awesome. And a little creepy. That's yeah, right here.
Do you now regret the ends to changes?
Do I now regret the end to changes?
Here in the static in the store.
Oh, no. Those people work for me. I'm not worried about it. Back here, white shirt.
How much are we going to see of the Never Never in the next book?
How much are we going to see in the Never Never in the next book? Quite a bit. Okay, what's next? Panama Hat.
A couple of years ago, you discussed kind of the sci-fi series where you left the protagonist and it's a panger that you want to get back to. Will you be doing that?
He's going to hang there a while longer. I went back and read it. It wasn't nearly as clever as I thought it was at the time. So I need to plan out a few things. I actually went and read some books about the things that are actually coming ahead, like science fiction writers are supposed to do. And yeah, I think I have to do a little bit more thinking before I can go back there again and actually have some credible science fiction. But
are we going to see anything with Mac in terms of his backstory, and is Mac a Norse god?
Are we going to see anything with Mac in terms of backstory, and is Mac a Norse god? No, he's not a Norse god. Yes, we will find out more about it. Radio.
At the end of Changes, Harry had a memory blank. Are we going to ever find out what blanked out?
At the end of Changes, Harry had a memory blank. Are we ever going to find out what got blanked out? No, on account of it wasn't inflicted by anybody else. He did it to himself. Right here, black and white hat.
Are Vix and Hattie going to have like some kind of epic battle?
Are who? Oh, Fix and Harry? Are they going to go toe to toe? Maybe. And Fix is a lot better at doing his night stuff than Dresden will be. Because I mean, sure, hand Harry a bunch of new power. You just know that means he's going to get beaten up harder. That's really what it's there for, in the back with the blonde hair. The cottage on Demon Reach will be seeing more things that take place there. Yes. Is it similar to the cottage that the fairy queens live in? No, not really. Theirs is much more gingerbready. Let's see, right here, blue shirt.
I was just wondering, are we going to learn more about the White Court anytime soon? Like, can humans become a White Court vampire, or any details like that?
Are we going to find out about the White Court anytime soon? Can humans become a White Court vampire? The answer to that is we will find some more about them probably not the next book, but the one after, or maybe the one after that. As far as humans becoming one, no, you got to be born that way. Right here, blue shirt.
It's mentioned that the timing of Harry's birth is important, and you've also mentioned that it's important who Harry's parents are. Was the timing of Elaine's birth intentional, and are we going to learn more about her parents?
Was the timing of Elaine's birth intentional the way Harry's was, and are we going to learn more about her parents? I'm not going to tell you. Back here, green shirt again.
Are you doing any more original comic stories like Welcome to the Jungle?
Am I going to be doing any more original comic stories like Welcome to the Jungle? Yeah, I just outlined one called Ghoul Goblin, which will be set between the end of Full Moon and the beginning of Grave Peril. Actually, yeah, I got done outlining and it's like, wow, this is a really cool story. I should have written this as a book. But it'll make a fine graphic novel, I think. Not rinse around again. Right here.
Will we ever be hearing from Lucio again?
Will we ever be hearing from Lucio again? Yes, absolutely. She's too cool to get rid of. Not when I can kill her horribly. They actually asked me last night in DC. They wanted me to guarantee that I wasn't going to kill anybody else. I'm like, are you kidding? Really? I killed the protagonist.
Can the same be said for Komori?
Can the same be said for Komori?
No.
Yeah, we can't get rid of her yet. So, yeah, not yet. You always go for the pain. Yeah, thank you, Buffy Geeks.
Things that left off for an interesting with Ebenezer is are we ever going to see more of like his response to things that are going on, and more of him as the Black Staff? That's kind of awesome.
Are we going to see more of Ebenezer's response to what's going on, and more of him the Black Staff? Both. Next book. Okay, right here.
What informs your need to hurt Harry so much?
What informs my need to hurt Harry so much? Where does that come from? Okay, I got to answer this question with a story. Filming the last episode of season 2 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Sarah Michelle Gellar had to do the scene where she kills Angel. She had to do that like 5 or 6 times. Well done, sir. But she had to do the scene like 5 or 6 times, and at one point, before they did the last shot of it, she comes up to Joss and tells him, "Do you have, I'm a method actor. Do you have any idea how horrible this is? How painful this is for me to keep doing this?" And reportedly, Whedon put his hand on her shoulder and said, "Sarah, this show thrives on your pain." So my show thrives on Harry Dresden's pain, not because I want to put Dresden in pain, but because I want to put you in pain.
Good job.
Thank you. But that's why. Right here.
Any word on Harry's mother and if she's going to make it back?
Any word on Harry's mother and if she's going to make it back? No, they did a good job on her. Although they didn't do a good enough job, as evidenced by the fact that her kids are wrecking people's plans left and right. So over here on the left.
Okay, so how is it that Count Dracula survived Bram Stoker's Big Book of Vampire Slaying?
How is it that Count Dracula survived Bram Stoker's Big Book of Vampire Slaying? He didn't.
Well, Harry said he was still alive.
Dracul's still alive.
Well, like
Draculia is the little one.
Mini Dracula.
Yeah, that's the son of the dragon.
Angsty teenage.
Yeah, right.
Are we gonna hear about the conditions that Harry's father had to show up inside his when he was in his subconscious?
Oh, are we gonna hear about the conditions that had to be met for Harry's father to show up and visit him in the subconscious? Harry could have been imagining that. I mean, I'm sure it's probably most of this is in his imagination. Probably, you know. I mean, sure, he's a wizard and all, but you know, come on. His dad showing up to talk to him.
Because he's that lucky.
Yeah, that's how lucky he is. Yeah. Very back in the plaid shirt. How soon are we going to see more direct contact with Cal or the Black Court? Next book. Yeah, next book. We'll see them again. Actually, this will be really the first time that I get to have them be, more active than behind the scenes in terms of what role they're playing. So.
Maybe 4 more questions.
Okay, hear that? Okay, for 4, start with right here, glasses.
Hi. You have plenty of fallen angel characters. I was wondering if you have ever given any thought to really developing the whole idea of angels in an overall sense.
I have a lot of fallen angel characters. Do I have any thought of developing the whole angel notion a little bit more? Yeah, but they're kind of limited in terms of what they can do. You know, they can respond if the bad guys cheat. But otherwise, they mostly just kind of stand there and look menacing, and the fallen just don't mess with them unless somebody's got an actual plan going on. Angels slugging it out with one another could potentially blow up planets. You know, that's the kind of level of power of angels are. I mean, they're just off the scale of what anything Dresden can do. But so they're sort of more observers than anything else, and occasionally they will be the one who says, "Hey, could you stand outside the door until my child grows up and is safe?" Yeah, I can do that. It's not a big deal for one of them. Let's see, red hair beard.
Are there any fallen angels who are not nickelheads?
Are there any fallen angels who are not nickelheads? Plenty, including Lucifer. And right here, blue shirt.
How did you decide on or come up with Leonanshi to be his fairy godmother?
How did I come up with Leonanshi as his fairy godmother? I looked her up. I thought she was cool. I thought it was a great idea to have a character who had sort of made her bones in the fairying business by working with, to inspire these poor artists and singers and playwrights. In exchange for draining their blood. I thought that was a great place. For a fairy godmother to start. If you're going to give your wizard a fairy, you're planning on throwing him into the grinder over and over. You want to give him a fairy godmother with teeth. So I wasn't going to go with some wimpy sunlight fairy. No way. We can do better than that. Okay, last one. Hat with buttons.
What, if anything, could threaten the Carpenter household right now?
What, if anything, could threaten the Carpenter household right now? Nothing much. Nothing much. Michael's got a dozen angels on constant security detail. He's fine. There's one that goes with each kid when they go to school. It's ridiculous around there. And then they've also got mouse there to keep track of things. Plus they've got the biggest threshold in the entire world, for that kind of thing. So
Mr. could do it.
Mr. could threaten the house. You're right. Mr. walk right through all the defenses. Pop mouse on the nose. Mouse would walk away. I get it. Come on, it's not worth it, Mister. That's right. Give me your food. Okay, guys. If there are other questions, and you can ask them in fairly short order, feel free to ask.